Hello, this is Grandmaster Ronald Stone, and welcome to another of our Hapkido podcasts. I want to thank you for joining us. The other day I was watching some videos, and I noticed that many of the current martial artists in Hapkido are demonstrating techniques without the use of the key finger. And of course I'm talking about K-I, not K-E-Y. And it just tells me that they just don't understand the core concepts. They don't understand the use of it. At the same time, coincidentally, I was watching my favorite YouTuber, Hickok45, and if you're not one of his 5 million subscribers, he has a channel devoted to teaching firearm shooting and different types of equipment, etc. Anyway, I noticed that he was shooting with his little finger out, and he did mention and talk about the fact that when he grips a gun, he doesn't bother with the little finger, that all the strength comes from his middle two fingers and the thumb, and his trigger finger, his index finger, is pointed straight at the target until the time that he gets in there and pulls the trigger. And I'm going, wow, this basically is another martial arts confirmation of the importance of the key finger grip. And I also have heard a lot of comments like, I don't want my finger grabbed, or I don't want to sprain it when it bangs into something. And that tells me that the instructors of Hapkido don't understand the usage of the key grip. For one thing, you don't attack with a key finger grip. It's used to strengthen your grip into techniques involving redirection or locking or throwing. It's not meant to stab someone with a key finger grip. That's not what it's used for. And so this business of I'm going to stab myself, no, you redirect, you block, whatever, and then once you make the grab, that index finger comes straight out and you increase your grip. Now this strength increase was pointed out to me years ago by my instructor, and he had me grab someone's arm in a fist grab, a full grab. And he says, now, straighten out your index finger like you're pointing. And as soon as I did that, my grip tightened. You can just try it in the air, make a fist, and then lift that finger up, the index finger, so that you're pointing it straight, and feel how much tighter your grip is. And so basically, the point of that index finger key grip is to strengthen, and the person I was practicing on said, it was like having an armband on, and all of a sudden it becomes a handcuff. A stronger grip on a tighter area. And so that's the whole importance of the key grip. Why it was originally back in the day on the logo for the Hapkido groups. Don't see that anymore, but that's the reason for it. And no, it's not an outdated concept, and the fact that, in the 1950s, raising the finger give you a strong grip doesn't mean that today it doesn't do the same thing. So you use that grip when you manipulate ki, and as we know, there are 5 ways of manipulating ki, and if you don't know what those are, you should talk to your instructor. And if your instructor can't explain 5 different ways of manipulating ki, then perhaps we'll talk about that in a future podcast, or you can contact us and we'll be glad to explain it. Again, this is Grandmaster Ron Stone, and thank you for listening to our thoughts on Hapkido, and hope to join you in the future with some more.